to Tamsguitar.com and I'm going to introduce you to rock guitar soloing. So I hope you know your minor pentatonic scales, and if not, I'll be asking you to learn the minor pentatonic shapes. So as you can already understand, most of you, that the track I was soloing over was a classic track by Jimi Hendrix. It's a Bob Dylan song covered by Jimi Hendrix. All Along the Watchtower is the name of the song. Okay, so since he's a legend of rock blues guitar playing, that's why I selected this track, you know. And before we get into the core ideas, the first thing that you are supposed to learn is the minor pentatonic scale. I'll be giving you ideas in minor pentatonic scale, so I'll assume that you people are prepared with your basic blues playing before you move on to rock. Okay, because most of the things that you play in rock is blues, almost 90%. But the main difference is, in blues you have straightforward 12 bar blues which goes in different patterns, same patterns with a few variations. But in rock you are free to explore different chord progressions. So the chord progression I was playing over was not a standard 1-4-5 progression, but it was in C sharp minor. I was playing C sharp minor, C sharp minor, B, A, B. Okay, so you'll have the entire scale. And one more thing you need to know is the minor pentatonic scale is 2 notes short of the minor scale. So there are a lot of things you need to work on. So this is an introductory video. I'm not going to explain everything in details, but I'll be giving you an overview so that you follow few tasks and get into it. You have to listen to a lot of stuffs, learn the scale shapes and have to visualize few things, like you need to know your minor scale. Alright, and the pentatonic scale is basically some notes are taken off from the minor scale. So the minor scale is like this: 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. I'm talking about the finger numbers. And 1, 3. If you put it like this, you get minor pentatonic. And if you look at it closely, if I play minor pentatonic, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3. So 1, 3, 4. The 3 is missing. So this is actually the second note of the scale. Instead of this, we are skipping these notes. So already when you are subtracting note from the minor scale, it sounds cool because this is mostly an arpeggio. Okay, so minor pentatonic scale is nothing but minor 7 arpeggio with an added fourth. See, when you play arpeggios, it sounds melodious rather than scale sounds an exercise. So 1 flat 3, 4, 5 flat 7. So 1 flat 3, 5 flat 7, 1 gives you minor 7 arpeggio, and there's a fourth. So you need to know the scale degrees, So you'll find the diagram in my website. You can download this thing. Okay, so you need to be aware of the scale theory and stuff in order to have a grip on the soloing. Alright, so what I mean is you need to know where the roots are, where your flat 3s are, alright, and the other notes like 1 flat 3, 4, 5, 5 is here, 5 is again here, root flat 3. And if you know the blues, then you know how to put expression in your note, like rather than playing it straight, technique is also important. And I'll talk about sound also. I'll show you the gear that I'm using right now and how to get the rock sound, overdriven sound. Alright, so these are very important basically when you are trying to get in rock, you need to have that tone and you need to get used to the overdrive sound. So see, already you can feel it. This is the overdriven sound. I'll bring down the volume a bit. All right. So these are the few things, and I'll be telling you to listen to a few artists. Like when you are getting introduced into rock is basically the next step from blues. All right, not exactly the next step, it's a variation, because there are many blues guitar players, you can listen to a killer. It's not that after you cross the level of blues you go to rock, it's not like that. But rock branches out from blues, so different genres have different feel. So if you are already aware, you can listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's a blues guitar player, and his licks are killer, extremely killer, and many licks of his are used in rock. And he also played rock, obviously, rock blues. Jimi Hendrix was a rock blues kind of a player. Amazing technicality, amazing skills. So you need to I'll be telling you a few songs which you can check out. One, a slow blues type Hendrix song, it's Red House, it's called. You can listen to that. Then common, Jimi Hendrix hits from the album Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix. You can check out. Red House is also from Are You Experienced. Foxy Lady, Purple Haze, and Hey Joe. I think Hey Joe is also from this album. So you can check out these songs, and gradually, once you get into rock, AC/DC is a very big name when it comes to rock. So you can check out AC/DC songs like Back in Black, Highway to Hell, You Shook Me All Night Long, Thunderstruck. These four songs are coming in my mind right now. You can listen to it, you know, because the recommendations are right now based on pentatonic scale. So when you are playing rock, you are playing the pentatonic scale as well as you are using the notes from the scale, like modal things. So that's a bit advanced stage. But in order to get the pentatonic sound in your head, you need to listen to these artists, AC/DC. And when you get into rock, a little complicated stuffs, then you can check out Eddie Van Halen. The name of the band is Van Halen. So you can check out Ain't Talking About Love, Ain't Talking About Love rather. Then Jump. These two songs you check out. These are very famous songs and very common. You can check some classic rock bands like Def Leppard. Amazing band. You can check out Def Leppard. You can also check out a few Guns N' Roses songs like Knocking on Heaven's Door. It's a cover though, but anyway, the solos are amazing. November Rain, Patience, Civil War. So if you're gradually getting into rock music, GNR is a very important chapter. So listen to these artists and you'll have more ideas. And now let's do some musical stuffs, that are used in rock primarily and that comes from blues. So some of the standard blues licks, you can use is using the first and the second pentatonic shape like. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my first finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string, and 7th fret I'm bending with the 3rd finger. So this is my shape 1, and when I'm bending actually I'm going to the note of the shape 2. So learn your pentatonic scale shapes. So there are few places where you can bend here and then you can bend here. That is the 8th fret on the 2nd string. This is also shape 1 going to shape 2. This is a very common lick that Hendrix used and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and name any guitar player who played rock. They used. So you can use this lick. After bending this, you put the first finger and bar it across the 5th fret and play the 2nd and 1st string, and then again bend the 8th fret 2nd string. And now when you are getting into rock, this is the main thing. when you are using the blues licks and stuff, along with those, you are free to use the notes of the major scale or minor scale. So here your task will be to learn the minor pentatonic scale and learn the minor scale in the same position and figure out the notes that are missing. So this note is not there in the minor pentatonic scale, the fourth fret. So when you are making something sound like a rock lick or rock solo, you are free to use these notes. So I'll be giving you an example. Okay, so in fact in Stairway to Heaven also they used the minor pentatonic, A minor scale. So when he was stopping, he was playing the A minor pentatonic scale straight forward, and he was stopping on the minor sixth, so that was coming from the minor scale. So if you play only the minor pentatonic scale and try to figure out the rock solos, you might not find that there are many notes missing. And he used a lot of minor scale notes. So he used triads, the F triad. Okay, so he used a lot of things, So you need to know your triads. Then you can spice up the minor pentatonic. It's not possible for you to learn overnight. I'm just giving you an overview. Like if you want to be a rock guitar player, the things that you need to know. So pentatonic scale, then the minor scale, then the relationship between the scale shape and the arpeggios, triads, the minor pentatonic and the minor scale. What are the notes missing? See, this is not from the minor pentatonic. This is a very famous blues lick. SRV style. So same thing happening. So here they are taking the second and playing the pentatonic scale. So you can take legato notes, and there are modal variations that you can do. Instead of taking the minor, you can take it Dorian. If you just alter one note, the F becomes F sharp. So knowing the modes is very important, and this is not a 6 months thing or a 1 year thing. It will take you many years to master. Okay, and also these things you need to have a teacher. You cannot type that what is modes. It's very easy. In 1 second you can write the question, but it's not possible for me to answer. So even I'm telling my students also who learn from me that don't be restless. There are things that even if you ask, it takes 1 second to ask a question, but it might take me 2 years to answer that simple question. So take it easy, learn things step by step, listen to different things, and connect the pentatonic scale shapes, do the sequencing patterns like or group of 3, group of 4. So these are the very important aspects, the chop building thing. So first keep it simple, then gradually I'll be introducing you to more advanced guitar players, then it'll be very easy for you to grasp. Now I will talk a little bit about the gear that you need to have. It's not absolutely necessary, but in case you have, it helps, because it takes quite some time to get used to the overdrive, because it creates a lot of noise. So your standard guitar playing ways won't work here. So the right hand muting is very important when you are using overdrive, otherwise you get all sorts of noise. See, everything is ringing. It should be clean. Not not palm muted though. Alright, so it takes quite some time to develop all this, and now you can see the pedals here, the BB preamp, it's by Exotic Effects, this is an overdrive pedal. So when it's on, it gives you sound like this. And without this pedal, the sound is like this. It's a clean sound. And I also use a clean boost. So these are not absolutely essential. Either you can have a basic overdrive pedal, or if you have a processor, you can get all the effects there. And I use a delay, it's a Boss DD20 Giga delay. So delay gives you this effect. So when you are playing a solo, it gives you a good vibe. Okay, see, it's ringing. So this is the use of a delay. And if you have these two pedals, that will work. You don't need to have an EP booster or analog chorus. The chorus pedal I'm using is MXR. So these are for the clean sounds. Like if you are playing a rhythm part or an arpeggio, then you might use the chorus. I'll show you how it works. So I'll show you the sound with the chorus on. It sounds ambient kind of. Alright. And you can mix chorus with the overdrive as well in order to get a cool tone. Okay, so hopefully you'll be getting a bit of idea, but these things are not absolutely essential. I didn't have this for years, So, and most of the amp, if you have a decent amp like a basic Marshall MG15 with no effects, still I use that one. Right now I'm recording via that amp, so it's 6 years old now, but it's still working fine. So it has got an overdrive channel and a clean channel. There was a time I used to play electric guitar. I didn't even have an amp, so I used to play it like this. So only this much sound. So it's not necessary to have everything, you don't get everything in one day. It takes time to gradually own everything. And if you have the privilege, then go ahead and buy it. And if you don't have, don't be sad, you'll get it someday. Thanks for watching, and do like us in Facebook and Twitter, where there are pages in the name of Tamsguitar, and also mail me at info@tamsguitar.com if you have any queries. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends who are in need. See you next time. Bye bye.